Welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather Corinne, and today we're going to be crocheting these adorable bulky hearts. These make excellent Valentine's Day decorations or gift stuffers for any time of the year. This video is designed as a visual tool to go along with the written pattern, which can be found on my blog and in my Etsy shop. I'll post a link to both of those in the description box below, as well as a list of all of the stitches and materials that we'll be using to complete this project. So I highly recommend following along with the written pattern next to the video and pausing as needed. So let's get started on these adorable bulky crochet hearts. We'll be crocheting a front and back panel just like this to begin, and then we'll join them together and stuff them at the end. So we're going to be working these hearts in two parts. There's going to be the bottom half that we're going to crochet first, and then we'll add the top curves to the top of the panel. To begin, we're going to place a slip knot on our hook. And we're going to chain 14 chain stitches. For row 1, we're going to single crochet in each stitch across. So that will be a total of 13 stitches for row 1. So here we go, just single crocheting in each stitch. So we're coming up on the end of row 1. We will have placed 13 single crochet, chain 1, and turn the work around. For row 2, we're going to decrease. So that's insert the hook, pull up a loop, insert the hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then pull through all 3 loops. So that's a single crochet decrease. And then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 9 stitches. And then we're going to decrease again at the end of this row. That's going to be a total of 11 stitches for row 2. Chain 1 and turn. Row 3, we're going to decrease. And then single crochet in the next 7 stitches. And then decrease again at the end here. That's going to be a total of 9 stitches for row 3. Chain 1 and turn. Row 4, we're going to decrease. Single crochet in the next 5 stitches. Decrease again for a total of 7 stitches for row 4. Chain 1 and turn. Row 5 will be decreasing, and then single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and decrease again for a total of 5 stitches for row 5. Chain 1 and turn. Row 6, we're going to decrease, single crochet in the next stitch, decrease again for a total of 3 stitches for row 6. Chain 1 and turn. Row 7, we're going to decrease once, and then single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, and we're going to tie off here, completing the bottom half of our panel. So make sure to leave a long enough tail to weave in the ends. And we'll turn the panel right side up with the point at the bottom to begin adding the curves of the top of our heart. So we're going to place a slip knot on our hook. And we're going to join to this farthest right stitch, which was the base chain stitches from the beginning. And we're going to single crochet in 6 stitches. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now we have 6 stitches going across. We're going to chain 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So we're going to turn and move on to the next row. We're going to decrease, single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then decrease again. That's going to be a total of 4 stitches for row 2 on the curve. Chain 1 and turn. Row 3, we're going to decrease 2 times in a row. So here's our first decrease, and then our second decrease. So that's 2 stitches total. Chain 1 and turn. Last row, row 4, we're going to decrease once, chain 1, and we're going to tie off with a long enough tail to weave in the ends. And that completes one curve of our heart. So now we're going to join to the other side and repeat rows 1 through 4 to make the second curve. So we're going to place a slip knot on our hook. Row 1, we're going to insert into this farthest right stitch and single crochet 6 times. Okay, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 1, and you'll notice there's one empty stitch in between both of the curves, which we'll use later on when we join them together. So row 2, we're going to decrease, single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then decrease again for a total of 4 stitches for row 2. Chain 1 and turn. Row 3, we're going to decrease 2 times in a row, chain 1 and turn. Last one, we're going to decrease once, chain 1, and tie off with a long enough tail to weave in our ends. This completes one of the 2 panels needed per heart. So now all we need to do is weave in all of these fun ends. I'll show you how I like to weave in my ends using a tapestry needle. We want to think about the integrity of the heart shape as we're weaving in our ends. So see how this one's pulling off to the right. We're going to want to weave it down to complete that curve of the heart shape on the right. So see how if it goes down, it keeps the integrity of the shape. So I like to run it through maybe 3 or 4 stitches in one direction without pulling too tight, and then run it back through those same stitches, only skipping 1 stitch at the front. So I have to turn it over. So we're skipping that first stitch and running it back through those same stitches. And then we just snip off the excess yarn, and it won't come unraveled and you can't see the end. So now I'm going to repeat this with all of the other ends and clean this heart shape up. If you're enjoying this tutorial, please consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. Your support allows me to continue creating free content for you. So here we have both of our completed panels ready to join together to create our heart. So we're going to line them up one on top of the other, and they should look identical, but you can pick whichever one looks better to be the front side of your heart. And we just want to make sure that we have all the edges lined up exactly. So then we'll place a slip knot on our hook. And beginning at the bottom right side of our point, we're going to join both panels together using a round of single crochet. So we're going to insert the hook through both panels and single crochet, and continue all the way up in the same stitches on each panel to make sure that we keep it even. We're just going to keep single crocheting them together, which creates a nice clean heart border. So we're going to continue up and around, and I will catch you back at this center stitch in the curves and show you why we left that one empty. So here we are coming up on the center of the 2 curves of our border. We're going to single crochet into this last stitch before the end of the curve. Single crochet, and in this center stitch we're going to slip stitch to give it a nice point in between both of the curves. So slip stitch, and then we'll continue single crocheting all the way around the other side in the same exact way, just pausing right before we finish closing it off to add a bit of stuffing. So here we are taking a short pause before finishing the border to add stuffing to our heart. So I just use polyfill stuffing and add it to the desired fullness. The goal is that you can't see through the stitches, so you don't want to overstuff it, but you want it to be nice and plump. Now that we've finished adding our stuffing, we're going to pick back up where we left off on the border and finish closing up the heart. After this last stitch, we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the border to finish it off. So slip stitch, chain one, and tie off with a long enough tail to weave in our ends. So I'm going to weave in these ends off camera really quick. And here we have our completed bulky heart. I love how these turned out and how quick they are. You could easily whip up several for some home decor or Valentine's Day gifts. I hope you enjoyed crocheting with me today. Give me a thumbs up. I'll see you very soon with a new fun project.